Right, it's been ages since I've made one of these, but I've been really loving practicing something, so I wanted to share it with you. I've been working for a long time on Barry Harris 6 diminished scales and chords of scales. Lots of exercises like putting it through keys, 2-5-1s, blah blah blah. Big shout out to Chris Parks, Thomas Eccles, Open Studio, all the gang there, you know who you are. Anyway, the proof of the pudding is when you can put this stuff into a tune, and I've just found a tune that I love playing it to. So we've been doing this with my band, well, a couple of groups, different keys. It is Neil Hefty's Cute. So here is Neil Hefty's band playing it. They do it in D flat major, so let's have a listen. Love a flute solo. Off we go. Not going to listen to that though. So the Count Basie Orchestra, the version that I found of that, they do it in F major. I'm going to show you what I'm doing with it in C major, just because it's kind of the simplest key to understand what is going on. So the charts for this tend to be a little bit confusing, sometimes because I think when people are writing it out, they're trying to like capture the melody and the chords at the same time, and if you try to do that just with the sort of standard approach to thinking about chords, it really doesn't work. Of course, the Barry Harris system kind of unlocks it all, and we can think about it much more straightforwardly. So instead of the chart for the melody, I'm going to use the iReal chart just for the blowing section, which is in fact all you need to know. One of the other cool things about this tune, which makes it really easy to practice, is it has all this space for the drum solo. So you have loads of time to think. So you play for 2 bars, and then you got 2 bars to like reorient yourself and get ready for the next bit. So it's really nice and not too hard. Right, the first phrase we've got is going from D minor 7, which Barry Harris 6 diminished scale for that is F major 6. So there's the diminished. Doing all of these in closed voicing, and then the G7 is from the D minor 6 diminished. So that has the same diminished passing chord. So if we use those to put the melody on top, so remember this is going, so F 6 diminished, so that's still in D minor 7, and then we've got the G dominant, which is from the D minor 6 set of notes, and that's nice because it's just takes that 4th shape and moves it sideways, and then we go to the E minor 7, which is the G6 chord, and we'll also think of this as being the 6th chord on the 5th of the key that we're in, okay? So the whole of the first little phrases. Phrase number 2 does almost the same, but it's going to go to a C7 instead of an E minor 7. So the only note that's different there is instead of the B natural, we've got, so we've got the same shape. We're moving that 4th shape around, and now we just move it all sideways again. to C7. Right, we've had our C7, so that is the 5 of F. So we're now in the key of F. We're going to use it in a different inversion this time. Here we're up here, it's still the F major 6 chord, and we're going to alternate it with the G7. Back to the F major 6. And then we've got a backdoor, so the F major 6 becomes an F minor 6. Backdoor cadence, so that's like 4 minor, or we can also think of that as a B7. Right, the next bit is the hardest bit for me. So this is, everything else so far has really been in the key of C, but now we're going to go to the 3. We're going to E major. So we've got a minor 2-5 on F sharp, then B dominant to E major. Okay, so there's F sharp half diminished, that's a fully diminished, which is the same diminished that you have on the B7, that's its flat 9. There's B7, different inversion, and then E6, E major 6 chord. So we're just using the melody to inform the outside notes. Right, that's the first half of the tune. So the second half of the tune, we're going to repeat again. Here comes the back door. Right, we did all that already. And we've just got our 2-5-1 back to the home key. So previously we had our D minor in that inversion, we've also had it up here in that inversion, so here's another inversion. We're going to start with the F on the top. That's the tune. And then it goes G7. Now I'm just going to creep each outside note out by 1. And there's really nice G9 voicing, and there's back to C. Okay, take it away, Ariel. Been having so much fun practicing that. So like Ariel is amazing. Use the rhythm trainer, start really slowly, speed it up until you can like start making mistakes. Take it through all the different keys, isolate a few bars, understand what you're doing. Yeah, all of this stuff. I've been doing this for quite a lot of weeks now, and I'm finding it really helped me to understand how these chord scales work, but also how to play it in rhythm, thinking about dynamics, thinking about touch, thinking about legato, where it's staccato, where it's got accents, where it's not. It's so much more fun playing along with an actual tune and trying to recreate the big band sound using close voicing. So there we go, that's my latest thing.